What's up, Bikes and Gardens? This video is gonna be real short, simple. It's just some tips on thinking about where you plant your stuff that you're gonna plant. All right. So some things need full sun. Mainly the things that you plant in the spring and summer, they get full sun and stuff like that. But when it starts getting towards the end of summer, towards fall, most things need partial sun. And there's some things during the summer and spring that need partial sun also. So this is just telling you kind of some tips to think about before you start, just planting things and without really thinking about it. You need to think about this. Oh, by the way, this is my little structure that I try to put to deter bugs. All this is a mosquito net. All this is right here is, my little deterrent that I've been working on. All I did was take some PVC pipe right here and there and put a little twine at the top, hold it together, and I nailed them to the bottoms of the garden bed and draped it over the top. And it's just a barrier to keep bugs out. I still use my pesticide spray and stuff like that. But to the video. When you're growing stuff like collard greens and leafy greens, they usually only need partial sun. So right here is closest to my house. The sun rises over here. So 7 o'clock in the morning, the sun comes up. And then it is 5:20 right now. And the whole garden is pretty much in shade right now. So the sun is on the front side of the house. Everything is shaded currently, but when the sun rises over here, I have this really big oak tree right here also. About 1 o'clock when the sun's highest, it provides some shade to this section of the garden and a little bit of this side of the garden also. So about 12 o'clock, we got shade, partial sun for everything right in here. And then by 5 o'clock, the sun's on the front side of the house, so everything is pretty much shaded. And so that's how a lot of people are like, how did I grow, a cabbage? These are cabbages, but when I grew them through the summer, they were over here. But how'd you grow a cabbage, during the summer? So like I was saying, 12 o'clock, the sun's right there, and it's providing some shade for the garden. So like I said, just be mindful. Sometime where you plant your stuff, it matters what you planting. And you can see everything just has, it's some sun on it, but it's not in full sun right now. And then when the sun gets past the tree, it'll get more sun. So it's just shows you, just be mindful where you plant your stuff, and you should be able to get your stuff to grow. Romaine lettuce, this is all romaine lettuce. This right here is Swiss chard. These three are collard greens. That's also Swiss chard. And then I got salad mix right here. And I also have cucumbers growing right here that I'm trying to squeeze in before it gets too cold. But I don't know if that's going to happen because temperature dropped off pretty quickly. But I do have some flowers and I have tiny cucumbers, so it might happen. And in here we have our broccoli, and we got some kale right there. That's also Swiss chard right here, and our carrots, and we replanted our beets that are sprouted. So when you thinking about planting your things and what you want to put in your garden and all this good stuff, think about what you're planting and where you need to plant it, because everything, especially in South Carolina, can't take the heat. It's different come fall time, but still fall time, I mean, yesterday it was still 83 degrees. And so here in South Carolina, fall time is not really fall. It gets a little bit cooler at night, but it's still 80 degrees during the day, which is fine for most plants to try to handle. But like I said, if you're going, summer, springtime, think about where you plant your stuff, and you can probably get some things, you can get away with some things. Like I got away with planting the cabbages and the collard greens, and they made it this far because of where I planted things. So just think about that. If you find this helpful, like and subscribe. Bikes and Gardens out. Thanks.